Oh, you got one. Get the net, get the net. You got it?
I'll bring the camera.
What's going on, guys? Bassin up. Mava here, coming at you with a new video. In this week's video, it is the day after Christmas. Me and Bubby got a bunch of new lures for Christmas, so we're dying to get out and try them. It is freaking cold, so we're gonna do our best to catch some fish. Hopefully we do, but not gonna hold my breath because it's probably gonna be a tough one. But here we go, y'all. Well, guys, we're gonna do a little perch and crappie fishing today. Try to. Gonna use this little 6 cents Pico's underspin. Rigged up on a little Mach Light speed stick with some 6-pound line. Try that. With this tiny underspin, I start with a super slow reeling retrieve, trying to keep it on bottom as best as I can. Bubby, bring it up here and throw it out this way towards the bank kinda and bring it to you. It's really deep out that way. It's like 50 foot. Come right on the other side of our bags here and throw out that way. Is that you or is that a fish? Yep, go right there and throw right out that way. You can go out to the end of the dock if you want to, so you don't get caught up. Now once I figure out that isn't really working, I decide to start doing a jigging retrieve with it.
Bert thought my jerkbait was a bird, so he dipped down to see it and it had hooks on it, so he went back up.
Hey, you don't want to catch him. And that doesn't really seem to be working. I don't really waste a whole lot of time throwing around one specific lure. After making 10 or so casts with it, I decide to switch and pick up the next, because typically, usually all the fish in that area around you have seen that lure then, at least in my mind. That's what I'm thinking. But then I decide to pick up my Copper Red Baits Jonah 117 jerk bait and throw that around. This is a sinking jerk bait, so I let that sink all the way to the bottom and then start retrieving it. I start out doing quite long pauses with it as well because it is winter and the water is super cold, so typically the longer the pauses you make, the more chance that you have at getting bit this time of year. So I typically will do anywhere from a 6 to 10 second pause this time of year generally.
Brother, this guy stinks!
That one wasn't seeming to do the job, so I decided to pick up the Megabass Vision 110 plus 2. It's a little bit deeper jerkbait, and it's a suspending jerkbait, but one thing that you can notice about these jerkbaits too is that if you let them sit on lighter line, like 10 or 12 pound fluorocarbon, a lot of times they will start sinking very slowly, and a lot of times that's a good key at getting a bite. And when they sink, they will sink down backwards a lot of times, and I noticed for me that has a trigger mechanism in bass that makes them bite a lot of times when they see it floating back like that. So I decided to pick that up and start throwing that around, doing the same thing again, doing quite long pauses on my retrieve. I'm fine, Bubby. Thank you, though. Oh, you got one. Oh, you got one.
Yep.
Get the net, get the net. Get the net. You got it?
Big fighter. Oh yeah, bass. Big bass.
No, it's a walleye.
Oh why? Oh, big one. Here, big boy. Walleye. I'll bring the camera. Walleye. I'll bring the camera. Got it.
That's pretty awesome. No, hold it upright.
And the weigh-in is now full. This is going to be crazy. Hook out, let's go. And she got the hook out, let's go. And she oh, she got teeth. That's crazy.
Hold it upright. Look at that big old walleye there, guys. Look at that. That is awesome.
It has to be like a 4-pounder at least. Maybe even 3 or 2, but
Let's find out.
I say 3.78. That's what I say.
Probably right around 4.
3.78, that's what I'm saying. That's my lock-in. Oh my gosh, almost a 5.
There we go, 488.
Jeez. It's almost a 5-pound fish.
And
She is long too. That's crazy.
measure her real quick.
This is going to be really good.
Trying it over here towards the top at the 25 incher.
Wow.
25-inch walleye.
That almost 5 pounds and 25 inches.
There we go, guys. One last look at that nice big 25-inch walleye. Now get down close to me. Just let her go. There she goes.
She went under the dock.
Yep.
That was crazy.
I'm gonna do something real quick with this and then I'll be done, okay, Bubby?
Huh?
I said I'm gonna do something with this real quick and then I'll be done. Okay, guys, now after that walleye, just got that walleye on this Megabass Vision 110 plus 2. I was throwing that right along the edge of this dock here, right along the sides, because a lot of these fish will stack up right along the sides of the dock here, and I was just paralleling it. Now here in the winter, you can actually come out and fish from these docks because the boats aren't out here. I'm just doing real long pauses. That walleye hit that on all but a 10-second pause. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 jerks like this, 1, 2, and I'm counting out to 10 Mississippi. So I'm doing 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. And then we're doing 1, 2, 3, and then the cycle just repeats. Now, of course that was a walleye, but I do the same exact kind of retrieve for bass as well. And this time of the year in the winter, this is what works real good. Well guys, as you can see, it was a pretty tough trip out there, and we didn't last too long. We probably maybe lasted 30 to 45 minutes at the absolute most. It was cold. I said to Bubby, I was like, hey, are you about ready to go home? Are you cold? And he's like, yeah. So I wasn't waiting around any longer. After I caught that walleye, I was pretty happy, and that was good enough for me. So we got out of there and came on home. The ticket was the jerkbait. No really surprise there this time of the year, especially when it's really cold like this and the water's in the mid to low 40s. Jerkbait is typically going to be what you're going to catch them on. It's going to be a reaction style kind of bait. It's either going to be a jerkbait bite, a spinnerbait bite, a rattle trap bite, or a crankbait bite, some kind of reaction style bait typically. And jerkbait is one of the best. As you can tell lately, we've been catching a lot of fish on the jerkbait. If you haven't yet, check out my full jerkbait tip fishing video. I drop it in the link down below in the description, so you can check that out. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. It helps push my videos along further by liking this video and being subscribed to the channel. Also, by being subscribed to the channel, you automatically get entered into my giveaway. As soon as we hit 2,500 subscribers, we're going to be doing a giveaway for a fishing trip with me. So get entered in that by being subscribed to the channel, by commenting for another entry, by liking this video, and you can also share it in your social media page for another entry as well. But we'll see y'all next Thursday, guys. Tight lines.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it.